There we go. So lie yourself down. This is so good for your spine lying down. The spine here can rest. And what happens when we lie down for a few minutes is that the intervertebral disc, the fluid gets a chance to replenish itself, and also the cerebrospinal fluid. So it's a good idea, even if you have some time during the day, to come and lie down on your yoga mat at some point. Now, to undo, you might be rolling your head softly from side to side and inviting the neck to relax. You might be circling a knee. And just bringing a little bit of lubrication into your hip socket. So just doing simple movements like this actually invites synovial fluid into the hip joint. And it's a movement we don't usually take as human beings. If we were on all fours, we'd be doing this kind of movement all the time. So circling your toes. And lubricating your ankle joints. Maybe a little bit of shake of the leg if you like. And we can also undo the shoulders. Maybe shrugging the shoulders up. So what I'm doing is I'm shrugging the shoulders, allowing the arms to lift, and the shoulder blades to lift a little bit, and then shrugging them up towards the ears, sort of pressing them into the floor. And just relaxing all of the muscle around the shoulder blade. And then allowing your arms to rest. Now, one more thing we might do just to warm up the low back is cross the ankle and circle the knees. We're circling the knees in one direction and then changing, going in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center. And you can lie down, let the whole body rest here. Begin to sense and feel where your body is meeting the floor. And notice where it's not meeting the floor. So could you invite your body to drop a little bit more into the imprint? Letting go a little bit further. It may help you to imagine the earth underneath. And that your body is dropping towards the support of the earth. Now let's take some time to have a look inside the body. Traveling from the toes and looking down, sensing and feeling into your feet. and traveling up through the ankles, sensing and feeling into the lower legs, traveling up through the knees, sensing and feeling down your thighs, sensing and feeling into your bottom, and take a moment then to dive right down into the pelvic bowl, into the deep waters of the well. And you can feel with your hands, if you like, feeling into the pelvic bowl. This is the most liquid part of your body. And pelvis literally means bowl or basin. So it's a container for the liquid, a container for the water. Sensing and feeling into your intestines, the organs under the diaphragm. Sensing and feeling up into your heart and your lungs. Getting a sense for your shoulders resting on the ground. And travel down the rivers of your arms all the way to the fingertips. Sensing and feeling into your throat, your voice. Getting a sense for your head, the weight of your head. Really allowing the weight. Sensing and feeling into your brain, your eyes, teeth. And now expand your attention out to the full body. As if your full body was a container for a body of water. And you're sensing and feeling, noticing emotional sensations, mental sensations, physical sensations. Noticing where in the body you're feeling. And then becoming aware of the ebb and flow of your breath. Like a wave coming in, reaching a peak. Pause. And then the wave goes out. Pause. So just take some time here to observe the natural ebb and flow of your breath. without trying to change it in any way, just noticing. And then if you like, after a while, you might place your hands on the low belly and begin to invite on your inhale, sense of relaxation down into contents of the belly. And just allowing the breath to go out, to leave on the exhalation. And as simply as that, we'll continue. We're inhaling, inviting the wave to come down by relaxing. And then allowing the breath to leave, letting it go. Feeling all the sensations in the belly as you inhale, can you relax. And exhale, let it go. So just take your time to really sense and feel each time you inhale, inviting that sense of relaxation deeper down towards the pelvic floor. And begin to notice what happens internally on the exhalation. You may find the internal muscles rising in and up. So we're allowing that. You might feel the belly drop back towards the spine. And you can, if you like, as you inhale, you can let the belly expand. Like that wave is coming inside the belly and filling, widening, irrigating the hips and the low back, as well as the pelvic floor and the belly. The more you can relax, the more of the uplift, the internal uplift you'll feel as the breath leaves. Now, it may help you as well to imagine your pelvic floor like a sea in it, like a jellyfish. And as you inhale, it opens and expands. And as you exhale, it draws together. Maybe seeing the pelvic floor like a jellyfish opening the tentacles. Inhale. Relaxing, and as you exhale, tentacles draw in. The jellyfish rises up. So I know this is very subtle work, this breath work, but it has a powerful effect. So it's well worth taking the time to breathe consciously and to develop an awareness of your pelvic floor muscles, your deep core breathing muscles. Now, maybe you have your heels in under your knees, like I have. Heels pretty wide. If you don't, you can gently slide your heels in and just come onto the soles. And we're going to continue the breath. So if you keep your attention on the breath, inhaling, jellyfish opens tentacles, exhale, closing. And now moving with the breath. So same thing, we're inhaling, open tentacles, returning the tailbone down towards the ground so that the low back arches away from. And then as you exhale, you're softly turning the tail up so that the low back meets the ground. And this is all happening very slowly, moment by moment. Fluid movement. Inhale, turning the tail down, as if you're swishing the water in the pelvis towards the tail. And it gathers in the pelvic floor, and then as you exhale, turning the tail up, the water begins to pool in the low back area. So just take a few more breaths by yourself here. Noticing this rocking movement of the hips. Rocks forwards, inhale, and then holding the tail up, low back press. Let's do one more breath. Now we're going to prepare to circle. We're going to change the movement. Stay conscious of your breath, but we're not moving it anymore. We're going to circle as if you're drawing a circle on the back of the pelvis. As if you're swishing the water in the bowl around in a circle. So most of your pelvis is lifted apart from that part. One part that's touching, for me, it's right now, it's the left hip. And rolling up towards the upper rim of the pelvis. Going over to the right upper rim of the pelvis, outside rim, down to the bottom right, and all the way over to the left again. Now I'm going to change direction. So change direction. Allow your movement to be very slow here, so you can begin to become familiar with the parts of your pelvis that where they feel the movement feels a little bit stiff. Or maybe it feels a bit fuzzy in your mind. So these movements are going to help open up those sticky parts if we can really be present with this fluid movement. So now we're going to combine those two movements by drawing a figure of 8 on the back of the pelvis. Right, so let me just sit up. Those of you who are not sure, it's kind of more like an infinity symbol or a figure of 8 side. Just drawing that symbol on my lower back. I'm going to be swishing the water in that 8. And again, go slow. Right? So I'm swishing the water now towards the bottom of the left pelvis, up, pressing the outside of the left hip, circling up to the top of the left hip crest, and down through the center, right through the sacrum and over to the bottom right, outer right, upper right, down through the center, making that fit, and over to the left bottom. Just go slow, take your time getting used to this movement. Some of you might know it very well. But the first time you approach a movement, it will be a little bit confusing for your brain. It needs to draw a new neurological groove every time we change something. Now try changing the direction of the figure. That might feel very fuzzy to your brain. To do exactly the same thing, but to change the direction. Just allow your knees here to be nice and fluid. And your brain might get most of the movement, but then there might be a bit of a blind spot. So just watch out for the blind spot. Can you shine the light of your attention into that space and begin to make it conscious? So I'm definitely finding that on this side, there's a little blind spot, which wasn't there on the other when I did it in the opposite direction. Okay, let's change the movement again. And I'm going to ask you to bring the feet a little bit wider for a windshield wiper. You might reach the arms up. And there, that water in the bowl, in the pelvic bowl, we're going to pour it towards the knees. I'm pouring it towards the right. The knees flow over to the right. Let your head roll heavy, looking left. And inhale, return the knees. Return the water to the bowl and just pause there. Let everything be heavy. And with your exhale, begin again, pouring the water from the bowl over to the left, all the way down to the kneecaps. Heavy legs, and then inhale, returning onto the back. The bowl refills. Exhaling, knees over, let the head roll. Sense and feel the whole body now as you continue flowing with your breath. We're going to take a deeper stretch here in a moment if it feels okay for your body. Let's just try it. If you have any knee issues, just make sure you're not hurting your knees with this one. So I'm flowing both knees over to the right. And then I take the right heel and I'm just going to put it on top of the left thigh. It's kind of to the outside of the left thigh, near the knee. It's pulling, it's drawing that left leg down. And I'm going to reach up through the left arm. So we have this nice open here, left side. Can you bring your attention inside? Get a sense of your left kidney, right? Remember where the left kidney is? Peeping out under the left ribs towards the back body. And just imagine that kidney, that there's a channel from the bottom of the left kidney towards the knee. Think of a river. So you're clearing away any stones or any debris in that channel. And imagine maybe a river going from the low kidney towards the knee. And then another river going from the top of the left kidney that flows up internally towards the fingers. So it's just an image to give you a sense of your internal body, reaching the knee and the fingers away from each other. And then let's remove your right heel from the knee and we'll come onto the back again. Just relax for a moment. We'll go and do the other side. So the knees flow over now to the left. And take your left heel to the outside of the right knee. So you're just getting it. It's just weighting down that outer right leg. Reaching up through the right arm. And again, go internally and imagine a channel from the bottom of the right kidney. And you can rub that area on your back if you're not sure. So, we don't know exactly where it is, but if we can try and imagine, okay, there's my ribs. The kidney pops out just under the ribs. So that must be the kidney inside there. And the channel of water may be flowing from the bottom of the kidney towards the knee, but then there's another channel that flows from the top kidney towards the fingertips. Sensing and feeling all of that, and then we'll release the knee, come back to center. And now windshield wiper again, but this time let your head roll in the same direction as the knees. And you might roll so much that you're almost collapsing your front body towards the ground. So I'm rolling to the right and I'm allowing now my left fingers to trail in arc over the crown of the head. And they trail back as I roll onto the back. So continuing in with the flow of your own breath, exhaling over to the left, right fingers trail and arc, the head rolls, the body rolls so much that you might come all the way onto, almost all the way onto the front. Continue that nice fluid, heavy movement, really giving the weight of your liquid body to the ground, pouring yourself over the floor. Really offering your body into supportive gravity. Now, maybe the next time you come over, you lift the head a little bit, you take a peek out. You think about coming up and then you go back down and roll to the other side. And we go again. This time, push the ground away and come up a little bit higher. And maybe this time we'll come all. Head right. Now, just be conscious as you come all the way up. There's a tendency when we change between movements to, just shuffle around and start fixing our clothes and things like that. So it's almost like, oh, we've got a break now. Can you keep your attention fluid? Just being fascinated by, okay, how am I going to move now? How am I going to move now? I'm bringing the knees up. And I'm just going to, you can stay over here, I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. And I have grippy socks on, so I'm going to take those off. But from here, can you slide your heels straight and back? I'm going to shift my camera down a little bit actually so you can get a better view of the floor. So sliding out the legs straight. Okay, now we did this last week at the beginning. So you're exhaling to point the toes. So turn the soles towards each other. And then drawing the heels in. So you're sliding on the little toe side edge of the foot. Knees together. Inhale, sliding away. Yeah, so your feet are like little sea creatures, exhaling, pointing, sliding in, little to the side edge. Inhale, knees together and slide away. Okay, now try that with one leg. Exhale, point, right toes. Slide in, you can mirror me. Draw the knee in. Inhale, slide away. Nice, okay. You're really sliding, like lengthening the river of your leg out of the body. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, slide. See how far it can go. Notice how that feels. Okay, hopefully it feels okay for you. Let's do one or two more. And last one, you can do it without hands as well, might be interesting. And then slide heels in, cross the legs. Now I have my right leg out in front. I've done the right leg already today, so I'm going to change it up. Okay, now you might pop a block or something into your bottom, or a thin cushion. And actually you can use 2 blocks. I'm going to use 2 blocks rather than trying to balance on one block. Because our bums are quite wide, you know, and I want to give them that support, good support. I'm reaching in under the and feeling for the sit bone. And it's good to feel around for it, get a sense of it, and draw it out to the side, and then draw out the other side. So if you noticed before I sat on the blocks, my knees were quite far up, which meant that there's muscles in the legs holding the legs up. So if you can take a raise so that you come down in line with your hips, and maybe they were already, but everybody's a little bit different. Now then take a little rock of the pelvis back, just like we started the class with, rock forwards, back, pouring your water forwards and then back. And then see if you can land somewhere in between, somewhere that's neutral, somewhere where you can relax the low back. Letting that sense of relaxation that we're working with the breath come all the way down. And then just so let be a little bit more seaweed through the spine. So circling a little bit if you like. Imagine your spine is a frond of seaweed reaching up. And the waters are a bit choppy, so you're circling in one direction. And then the other, feel into your spine, and the shoulders move. And I feel like making sounds as well. That can be a great way to release tension. You bring your arms into the movement as well. Bring your head into the movement. And sing around, right? The waves are tossing you around. So allow yourself just to play a little bit, be creative, but really feel and sense into your body. Okay, and come back to center. I feel like we should chant an Om before we come down to our knees. So I'm making Varuna Mudra, thumb to little finger. This is said to balance the water element of the body if you hold it for about 20 minutes. So if you're doing your meditation, hold it for 20 minutes. The other fingers are straight. So just come back to the breath again, inhaling down. Jellyfish opens. Exhale, the breath leaves and rises up. Let's chant Om. Let's just do one Om. Inhaling down. Om. Noticing how the muscles lift. When we exhale, the internal muscles. And then as you inhale, relaxing again. So that breath is wonderful if you're working with your, to deepen your breath, to really feel that those deep core muscles as you chant or as you sing. All right, so let's come on to our knees, shall we? On to the knees. We want to do some hip strengthening things today. We did some hip extendy things last week. You may want to put something under your knees for a little bit of support. Okay. So, if you look at me here, I'm kind of dropping all the organs towards the front of the body. And I'm just going to invite you to draw the bony parts, so like the rib cage maybe first, just back into the shoulder blades. Like, can you see the difference? So I'm just kind of dropping my rib cage down, so drawing the rib cage back up softly towards the shoulder blades, and then also curling the tail between the legs a little bit. Okay, so you're kind of aligning the pelvis and the rib cage, and then the head. Okay, and this can help to engage the core a little bit here. And from here, right, we're going to go, we haven't done our cat-cow yet, but we're going to go straight into strengthening the hip strengthening. So we're going to inhale, keep those bony structures aligned with the hips and the rib cage, and inhale up, right knee. Okay, and with the exhale, then we're going to pee the dog, right? So you're going to slowly take the knee out to the side. So I know for dogs, they just usually whip it out to the side, but we're going to circle it out and then under the armpit. Inhale to come back. You're doing this nice and slow and controlled, and see if you can come back. So you may lose that the rib cage might drop a little bit, the pelvis might drop. So when we come all the way back, then we'll take the knee in towards the head. Okay, so with the next inhale, let's go up again. Trying to keep your pelvis and your rib cage aligned. Exhale, slowly take the knee out to the side. Nice and slow under the armpit. Inhale to take it back. And then exhale, draw the head and the knee together. So now we're rounding the spine a little bit. Inhale to take it back. Now see if you can line up your rib cage and pelvis again. Line up rib cage and pelvis again. Okay, now this time exhale to take the knee out. And halfway, stop and straighten the leg. Oh my God. Exhale, put the foot down. You okay? Okay, so from here, so the foot is out to the side and down. You see that? Now, you might want to change onto your fists, just so that we're not dumping too much weight into the wrists here. Inhale, pick the foot up so it's in line with your hip. So it's out to the side, Karen. Exhale down. See that? So it's the pee the dog movement when it's out to the side. So what angle is that? Is that perpendicular? 90? Right, okay, thanks. Wasn't a fan of maths. So Inhale the leg up. Exhale slowly down. All right, let's do that one more time. Inhale up and just get it up as far as you can. You might, the foot might come up in line with your hip. Exhale down. Isn't that intense? You find that's intense? Okay. Okay. Inhale, pick it up again, but this time draw the heel in towards the bottom. Circle it back. Exhale down. Woo. Oh yeah. Okay, so that was fun. Now come on to your palms. Inhale, head and tail up. We'll do a couple of cat-cows. So now you can let the belly drop. Exhale, come back. Rock back. Drop the head. Inhale, forwards and forwards. Tail back. Exhale, rocking back again. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Okay, I'm just going to change my position on the mat so you can see the other side. So let's go again. Inhale. So draw the bony structure of the ribs just up towards the shoulder blades. I don't know if you can see that. I'm lifting the rib cage up a little bit and then curling the tail between the legs a little bit. And see if you can keep that now as you inhale up left knee. Exhale, begin to bring the knee out to the side, keeping that alignment. So the P, the dog, not lifting the hip too much under the armpit. Inhale, circle it out. Exhale again, nice and slow. And just notice, well, how does it feel on this side? Different. Okay. And this time, inhale it back. Okay, now exhale halfway and straighten the leg and put the foot down. Right, so it's perpendicular. Make fists. Just to change up what you're doing with the wrists. And with your in-breath, lift the foot up. Oh, it's very different for me. I can't lift it as high on this side. Exhale down. It's really intense. Inhale, lift the foot up as far as it will go. Exhale down. And I might be going a little bit faster on this side than I am the other side. So try not to do that. If you can do the same, just be conscious. Inhale, lifts the leg up. And exhale slowly down. Whoa. Way more intense for me on that side. I don't know how it was for you. Now, let's take the leg back. And there's one part of the movement that I forgot to do on this side, which was draw the knee in towards the head. Sorry about that. Let's just correct that, drawing the knee in towards the head and then put the knee down. Whew. Hands down. Inhale, head and tail up. Exhale, rocking back. Inhale, rocking forwards. Exhale, rocking back again. Inhale, head up, open the hands. We're going to rock back into downward facing dog now. So tuck the toes under and exhale, rock back. Straightening the legs, sending your tail up. Inhale, forwards, come all the way down. Look up. Exhale, rocking back onto your toe joints. Send the tail up, drop. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, come down on the knees. You're a cow, the head is up, the tail is up, and exhale, sending your tail up and back. Lovely. Now just take a breath here where we inhale, bend elbows and knees, and exhale. Here. Now hopefully this is okay for you. If you struggle with this, what you could do is put a couple of blocks under your hands. Right? If you find that the weight is really going forwards for you, I don't know if that's the case for anybody, but you can always come onto some blocks. Now you can always do it by a ledge as well, like a chair, or my window ledge would be a place that I could do it. Okay. Let's come on up. And if you want, you can try coming up into dog and then walking back towards the feet to come up. Get off those knees and the wrists, moving my blocks out of the way. And right, let's circle the wrists because I know you guys are working on computers. So I'm making fists and circling the wrists in one direction and then the other. And then flick, flick. Okay. You might just take a squeeze of one wrist and circle, and then the other. Step the feet wide. Right, feet parallel to each other. We'll do a trikonasana. We're simply going to lift the right toes now and put the right foot down. Take the left heel up and just aim it back a little bit and then put the foot down. Okay. So our hips are opening here to the side. You can adjust your feet if you find that you've gone a little bit too wide and you don't feel secure. Okay, otherwise we'll take both arms up. Right, lift the toes. And as you exhale, bend both knees. Just a little bit. Inhale, straightening the legs. Now, as you do, get a sense for the bones of the leg. How both legs support you. Exhale, bend knees again. And one more time, inhale. Now exhale, this time bend into the front knee. Right, so let it point, the kneecap point towards the toe. Inhale, lifting the toes up again. Take a tiny bend through the back knee. We're doing all this bending and straightening to activate the muscles close to the bone. Exhale, drop the hands down. Inhale, flip front palm and go up and over. Exhale. Now, as you go forward, straighten the front leg, but get a sense of both legs coming back into the pelvis to really support the pelvis. So you're not going splat, right? The pelvis is just not going out, if that makes sense. So that's what are we doing? Inhale, go up and over, and exhale, straightening both legs. So that left arm goes up overhead, right arm touches right leg. Inhale, one more time, bending, and exhale, straightening both legs, really feed them up into the pelvis. Then the spine can extend. Put the toe pads down now. Inhale, looking down at your toes. Exhale, look up, turning the head. Inhale, look down. Exhale, looking up. And one more breath. So really press into your feet and feed those thigh bones back in the pelvis. Inhale, look down. Exhale, look up. And inhale. From all the way up. Exhale, take the hands onto the waist. I'm going to lift the front toes and turn. But take the heel in. And turn both toes out now. Right, we'll stand in a squat. Sitting down a little bit. Okay, so sitting down. Lovely. Okay, now for your shoulders, let's take your under rest. You're under rest, your elbows are up, okay. Now see if you can hover, so like you're going to hook the left arm over the right, but you're hovering, you're holding it, right? Holding it, but hooking the arm, can you see that, Colette? So what I see for you is the elbows are here, but can you bring one over? So you're really getting this stretch in the back body. And it won't go, says Colette, that's fine. That's fine, because sometimes it doesn't, right? But then do the other side. And hover, so hooking elbows, back, right, go again. And this time you can try to wrap the arms, or you can hug like this, yeah? Hugging one arm, one elbow on top of the other, if that works. Now exhale, go down, rounding the back body a little bit. Inhale, go up. Exhaling, go down. And inhale, go up. You could be still here in the garda. Exhale, drop the arms. Now we're going to turn and do the Trikonasana on the other side. So spinning on your left heel, turn the left toes out. And then take your right toes in. Okay. You should be in the same position on the other side. Just make sure you feel steady and adjust your feet to feel steady. That's it. So your feet are kind of aligned. My heel is to sort of to the middle of the back foot. But you might have a wider stance, that's absolutely fine. You might be heel to heel or whatever feels steady for you. Okay, so here, inhale, lift the toes and reach the arms up. And exhale, bend both knees. Now, if you like, imagine that you're drawing water up the roots as you straighten the legs. So getting a sense of your bones, the leg bones, rising up, exhale, bend knees. Maybe put the toe pads down, one more breath, inhale. Slowly straightening, feeding thigh bones into the pelvis. And then exhale, this time, bend just the front knee. Kneecap going in the same direction as your toes, put the toe pads down. Nice and strong through the back leg. You still feel the support of the bone. Yeah. Flip palm, your left palm up towards the ceiling. And inhale up and over, bringing a side bend, right? Into that left side. And as you exhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the hand down to touch the leg. Now keep the support of the thigh bones coming back into the pelvis. So you're not going splat. Inhale up and over, bend the knee. And exhale, going down. So feeding the legs back to the pelvis and the spine extends up out of the legs. Let's do one more. Inhale up and over. This is preparation for holding it. Okay, so from here, reaching up with this right hand, inhale, look down, maybe just lift the toes here, feeling the support through the heels. Exhale, look up. Inhale, look down, look at the toes. Exhale, look up. And one more. Inhale, look down, lift the toes. Exhale, put the toe pads down as you look up. And inhale, back, hands on the waist. Turn the left toes out and draw the right heel in. All right, so we're back in the squat. You're under a rest. A little hook of the arms. There we go. All right, let's just go up and down. 3 breaths, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, release. And we're going to do the other side. So changing up. Inhale up. Exhaling down. And one more inhale up. Exhale. Okay, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the hands down. Okay, and we'll take both heels wide. Let's take a forward fold here. So just checking that your feet are parallel to each other and turn the toes in. Lift and spread the toes again. And from here, inhale up. And exhale. So you can come down, sliding your hands down the backs of the legs. Right? Bend the knees a little bit. And when you feel like, okay, that's far enough, you stop. Right? You could be dropping, everybody will be different. The head might go all the way down, it might not. Inhale, go up again. Exhale down. And one more, inhale. And exhale, come all the way. As far as you can go down, you can bend the knees a little bit more if you want to drop the head a little bit more. And just take one breath, then holding it. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, come up. Okay, now we're going to exhale, go down again, and walk the hands out if you can. Into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Step the feet close together, in line with your hands. And then walk back, bending your knees into a low squat. Okay. So we're going to finish with a come to sitting. Just hang out there for a minute if you feel comfortable. Some of you might be lifted off the heels and some of you might have the heels down. Maybe just do a little bit of dropping one knee and lifting the other, whether you have your hands up or down. And come and sit on your bottom. I'm going to do a hip twist then to finish. So if you have a block, you might need 2 blocks, or you definitely need a cushion. Let me just show you on my big cushion. Sometimes I'm reluctant to bring this out because it's leaking. The inside of it's leaking all over the place. So I'm going to sit on the edge of the cushion. And let's see if you can bring if you can take the right heel to the outside of the left hip. Does that work for you? And then step the left foot over. Now, if that doesn't work for you, you can just straighten the right leg and step the left foot over. Okay? Your choice. And you're holding that knee in. Now inhale, reach up through the left arm, and exhale, drop the hand down. Now, because I'm on a cushion, I'm going to use the block to drop the hand down on the block. Okay, so just make sure that your pelvis is anchored. It's not rolling back, so that's why we have the cushion. And then inhaling, rising up front spine. Extending up the spine. Exhale, drop the head towards the knee. Rounding the back. And inhale like you're growing, traveling up front spine. Rising up. And as you do, the head lands on the top of the spine. The back body widens. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm widening the back of the shoulders. Exhale to go down again, drop the head. Inhale, press into the sitting bones, the two bony bum bits, your sitting bones. Rise up front spine. And don't push the heart forwards. You know, sometimes I have a tendency to push the heart forward. So widening the back of the shoulders, drawing the heart in towards the back of the shoulders. And then you can turn the hearts all the way towards the left. The head can go all the way to the left. Inhale to rise up front spine again. Come back a little bit. To bring the heart back. Exhale, turn the heart again. Turn the head. Inhale to come. Rise up front spine. I'm going to turn again. Exhale, turn the heart and the head to the left. And inhale, come back. And exhale, release. And step the leg over. We're changing to the other side. So the first variation that I was offering there was if you take the left knee and bring the heel. Now I'm just bringing it actually, I said to the outside of the hip, I'm just bringing it to the root of the left leg towards the sort of underneath the bottom. And then I'm taking the right leg over. Right, so that's going to give you quite a deep stretch there. If it's not accessible for you, straighten the left leg. Okay. And you'll still get the same stretch here if you step the right leg over. Use your block, the right block behind. And you could be holding that, sort of drawing the leg in a little bit. Some people prefer to bring the elbow to the outside. So your right hand is on the block. So we're not collapsing here. We're inhaling, rising up, press down through your sitting bones to rise. Widen the back body. And then come back and exhale, drop the head towards the knee. So allow the back body to round as you do that. And then as you inhale, you press down through the sitting bones, rising up front spine, opening back shoulders, right? Widening the back body like it's the blankets that you're going back in. Inhale, rise up again. And exhale, drop the head towards the knee. Okay, this time inhale, up again we go. We press into the sitting bones, rise up front spine, widen the back body. Now, with your exhale, we're going to turn the heart to the right. And the head. Inhale, rise up. So you're coming back a little bit, turning the heart back, the head back, and then exhale, turn the heart again to the right. The head follows. Inhale, rise up as you return the heart and the head. And one more time, exhale, turning heart and head to the right. Breathing. And then come back to center. Oh. Now release the legs. Okay, cross the legs. And just jiggle up Jiggle up the shoulders. Right, maybe take a circle again. Swaying one arm over and then the other. Okay, we're gonna, let's see what time is playtime. Playtime. Okay, so if there's anything else that you would like to do before Shavasana, now is the time. Well, I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit of bridge position, which we didn't really do tonight. If you wanted to do that, where you inhale, press into your feet. And let the back body rise up. Exhale, come down, vertebra by vertebra. Just like a wave. Nice, safe back bend, inhaling. The weight's in my shoulders, in the feet. Exhale, coming down, vertebra by vertebra. Ah. Now, if you wanted to work into your shoulders more, you could activate the arms. Inhale, arms up. So you're lifting up the spine. Okay. So maybe now you're getting ready for Shavasana. Getting your props ready. Deciding whether you want to put your feet up on a chair. Make sure and get cozy. Ooh. Ah. Ah, sighing out. So if you do have tightness in your low back, it can be nice just to support the knees, to put some rolled up bath towel maybe or cushion under your knees. I always put my legs up the wall. That's me every time. But you do what feels good for you and really just get becoming more and more familiar with what does feel good for you. Now, if your chin is up when you go to lie down on the ground here, do put a cushion on your head. And I see Karen has her rolled up towel under the neck. That's great. She loves that. Okay, that's wonderful. That could be something that you might want to try as well. Rolling your head from side to side on the towel. That's it. And just adjusting your shoulder blades, give them a shrug and find a place where they can settle and feel completely supported. Decide what you want to do with your hands. Ooh, letting the whole body rest now. As if your liquid body has been shaken up. All the waters have been shaken up by the movement, and now they're beginning to settle and become clear. The seabed, the back body settles, finds the ground. Just the gentle wave of the breath coming in and going out. And bring your attention to the skin on the forehead. Just like you're smoothing out a sheet on a bed, inviting that sense of relaxation through that surface layer, and then go back layer by layer through the skin, through skull, through brain, inviting your brain to rest into the back skull. And come to that space between the eyebrows. And go back again like you're smoothing out the sheet and relaxing back layer by layer. Becoming aware of the backs of your eyes. And maybe imagining them like two teacups. And you're tipping your tea from side to side, tipping the eyeballs from side to side. Maybe up and down, or maybe swishing it around in a circle. And then let the tea settle. The eyeballs rest. And the eyelids relax over the eyeball. Relax your jaw. Relax your lips. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Maybe inviting the tongue to retract like a shellfish retracting back into its shell. And travel down the cave of your throat, relaxing the inner wall. And now sending that sense of relaxation out through the muscle and skin of your neck. And down into your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Allow the weight of the shoulders. Allow the weight of the upper arms, the elbows, allow the weight of the forearms and wrists. Relax the backs of your hands, palms, fingers and thumbs. Imagining the flesh of the back body like the seabed. The spine and the ribs are resting into that bed. The heart and the lungs like sea creatures resting back. And then under the double dome of your diaphragm, imagine the organs here like stones that have been dropped into water. And they're finding their way towards the seabed. Relax your seaweed guts as you travel through the seaweed garden. Slippery, slippery guts, slippery seaweed. Go all the way down into pelvic bowl. Maybe you can imagine the yoni. The yoni is the word for the female reproductive system. So the whole system. Maybe you can imagine the yoni like a sea creature moving in the current, the breath wave. And inviting that softness to move out through the bones of the low back, the flesh of the bottom and the hips. Relaxing the low belly. And go down through the pelvic floor, relaxing. Relaxing groins. Relaxing inner thighs. Relaxing the weight of the thighs completely. Relaxing your knees. Relaxing your calves, shins, ankles. Relax tops of the feet, soles of the feet. And relax each one of your toes. Relax bones, nerves, and skin. Let the whole body rest. Whole body rest. Sensing and feeling where the body meets the ground. Sensing and feeling inside your liquid container. Sensing and feeling the breath wave. And just allow the body to exaggerate the movement of the wave. And let the wave come down into your toes and your fingers. After a while, you might feel like reaching the arms overhead and down through the feet. Maybe drawing the knees in, and taking a little rock and roll from side to side. Stay in your body, stay with your breath. Sensing and feeling that relationship with the ground as you come over onto one side. And come up with fluid attention. Coming up to sit, popping a cushion under your bottom. You might reach again in under your bum and separate the two sides of the pelvis, the two seating bones. And if you can drop and anchor your pelvis, then the weight of the water anchoring the pelvis and legs, bottom. Allowing the flesh of the low back to plump out as if the sacrum is widening. Now from that support, rising up the seaweed spine. Allow it to wiggle a little bit so you can get a sense of your spine, shrugging the shoulders a little bit. Finding the head, maybe a little bit of chicken to find the head. And the shoulders resting down. And as we get still, inviting the breath to come down into the pelvic bowl. Relaxing pelvic floor. And the wave leaves as you exhale. There's an internal rising in and up. So as you're breathing now, we'll use this breath as we chant our final breathing. Take a deep inhale. Oh. Namaste, everybody. Thank you all for coming.